Here we are again. Who is it? Oh, it's the nosy people. Welcome. Don't try to make it seem like you ain't nosy. You know what the title was and you're here for a reason, so just embrace it, man. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, I am Janelle Portillo, and this channel is just gonna be a bunch of random stuff. Pretty much, it's gonna be about my life. It's gonna be some tips and tricks to get you through life. It's gonna be about art, fitness, whatever floats my boat pretty much. Go ahead and subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Today is going to be a very personal video. So it's going to be 5 random facts that you probably didn't know about me. Now, people that I am close to know this, most of them do. If you are watching this video and you've known me for a long time and you happen to hear something that you didn't know about me, then I'm gonna have to ask you to unfriend me on Facebook because you ain't worthy, bruh. Just kidding. Okay, look, I'll probably unfriend you, but then I'll just send you a friend request like the week after. No hard feelings. Am I making this video because I didn't know what to make this video about this week? Maybe, but who are you to judge me? The reason why I want to share these things with you guys is because I also want you guys to understand me a little bit more. These events that I chose to share with you guys, they have created a big impact in my life. They explain some of my thought processes. I guess that's the best way to put it. So these are not in order at all. I'm just gonna name them out there. One of the things that happened in my life that was very, very traumatic, I wanna say, is when I was 15 years old, I actually got hit by a car. Like, the car hit me. Like, I wasn't in another car, the car hit me. Little on me. If you know me, I'm like 4'11", bro. I'm 4'11", and this car hit me. Long story short, I was 15 years old. I was out with my friends and I was supposed to walk home, right? So they walked me to a corner, and then it was like halfway. We always did this with each other, and then the rest of the way we were fending for ourselves pretty much. It was at night, but all the other vehicles stopped. So I was going, walking, whatever, and it was pretty much the last lane, right? So the last lane, as I was walking, it was on my right side. So I'm walking, and you know how you can hear when a car is about to stop, or you just hear like the wind, the aerodynamics, whatever, you just hear it about to stop or speed up. You can hear all those kind of things. So I pretty much hear that this car is not stopping, and in my head, all I can think is, I'm about to get hit by this car. So all I do is turn to my right, I see this car coming, and I close my eyes, and then he just makes impact. Cops were already nearby. They come running to me and they're telling me not to move or anything because the adrenaline process, you know, you're not supposed to move because it makes you just want to go and do some crazy stuff. You don't feel pain. And I wanted to just get up, run home, and tell my mom that I just got hit by a car, right? But they were just like, no, don't do it. They put the neck brace on me. They put me in the ambulance, and then I didn't feel any pain until we were riding to the hospital, and my right leg started hurting a lot. I didn't end up breaking anything. I'm alive and I'm grateful. It taught me to be a little bit stronger. Sometimes we have these moments where we just feel weak, and then you can relate to a past situation where you're like, wait a minute, I got hit by a car when I was 15. You better chin up, say it with your chest. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking that I'm indestructible or anything. It was by the grace of God that nothing happened to me, but it definitely did teach me to not be a little bitch. So another thing that happened to me once that was pretty crazy was when I was 17 or 18 years old, I want to say. My first job was at Subway, and I was there with my coworker. They had put up this sign or this face of this wanted guy that I guess was going around stealing from Subways. Bro, like, Why Subway? I would have stolen from McDonald's. They make bank there. This guy wanted to steal Subways. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. They put this guy's face maybe a couple days before this happened. And you don't really think too much of it. You're just like, okay, they put this guy's face up. Maybe he already knows he's wanted and whatever. You don't pay much attention to it. It was just me and her. Maybe it was 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, I want to say. It wasn't completely pitch dark, but the sun was going down. I was in the little area closer to the front, and she went all the way to the back because she had to count some money, right? So she said she'll be right back, and I'm like, all right, cool. It was kind of weird. Like, it felt planned. Like, if she went towards the back and she called, this guy was like, hey, you can go ahead and do it now. It was a pretty slow day, and then we just hear the little ding dong when somebody comes in. And I look over, the cookie thing is in the way, so I couldn't see exactly who came in. I just see that he stands by the cookie thing. And so people do that because they just want cookies, and I'm like, all right, this guy just wants cookies. So I walk over there and I'm like, hey, how may I help you? And I get to right in front of him. This guy is wearing the exact same thing that his wanted poster had, right? So I just see that and I'm like, damn. All of a sudden, he puts up the gun right at my face and he says, look, I don't want to hurt you or anything, but you're gonna have to give me all the money that's in your register right now. And I'm just like, yo, I never been in this situation. I have this gun in my face. So what I do is I take out my gun and I say, oh, you thought I was playing. No, I'm just playing. I didn't do that. So what I do is I just reach into the cash register and I just start taking out all the money. He tells me to put it in the bag. So I'm like, I'm gonna do whatever you say, okay? So I just started getting all the stuff, putting it in the bag. And then while I'm getting the stuff, I'm casually like pressing the freaking button down there. So I get all the stuff and then I just put it in the bag and I just hand it to him. And he just tells me not to move until he walks out. He like runs out and I'm like, I just got jacked. I start walking towards the back to tell my other coworker, and she's casually walking back, like counting the money as like literally right after he walked out the door. So I'm like, this was planned, yo. But it wasn't. The lesson that was taught to me was to be more aware of my surroundings, be more vigilant. Another crazy thing that happened, well, I'm counting it as one event. It happened twice in my life. So SWAT team hit my house twice, and that was the craziest thing ever. The first time was when I was in 5th grade and it was during summer break. And then the second time was when I was in 6th grade. It was right after school. The first time, SWAT was like just doing what they're supposed to do, chill for the most part. But the second time, they were not friendly at all. These guys were literally yelling at us and threatening to shoot us. We were young. I was in 6th grade. My sister is younger than me. My little brother was definitely younger than me, and they were threatening to shoot us if we didn't put our hands on the window. It did teach me something negative that day. That was the first time I ever experienced hatred. I never thought that I would ever hate anything or anyone in my life until this day. And I was in 6th grade and I just felt this strong hatred toward police. I'm not saying that all cops are bad, but for a long time I had that in my head. Like, how can you say that kind of stuff to kids? It taught me how to be more protective of the youth. It just taught me how to be a better influence. It just taught me influence, pretty much. It taught me how to be more aware of it. Okay, I've been talking about like freaking bad things that have been happening to me. Let me throw in there a really good one. There's this club that I joined when I was a senior in high school. I didn't even like going to school. I was honestly always absent and I still maintained my grades. I decided to join some things. I said, you know what, this is my last year in high school. Let's experiment. I started to come out a little bit. So what happened was there was this club and it was called FCCLA, Family Career Community Leaders of America. This club was a leadership club. I was in my child development class with Miss Glindsey. Shout out to Miss Glindsey. I love her. I love her so much. She was the one that managed it. I would always see the girls come in and they were dressed in nice red blazers. They had their black skirts. Like, they looked so professional. I kind of liked it. I liked the professionalism. So it pretty much is a club where It teaches you interviewing skills. It teaches you how to be professional. It teaches you how to be a leader, how to speak. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna join. There's competitions to these things. You have your team, which is the team that's with you. It's state, regionals, and then there's nationals. You have to pick a category. So they give you a list of categories. The categories can be cyberbullying, homeless, children, like stuff like that. You come up with a project that you and your team have to work on until the day of state, regionals, or nationals. And you each have to contribute to it, and you have to show proof of how you did contributions to it in person and not just like online or just sitting at school doing research. Like, it was a hands-on thing. We pretty much had to work on how to be safer on the internet. So cyberbullying and all that stuff, viruses, we had to make kids aware of that. We organized times to go to our local elementary school and did presentations in front of the kid. And then what you would do would just present it just like that. So you and your team had to come up with this skit or whatever. You can be as creative as you want, and to present this idea to make it known how important it is. So you have your judges there judging you. If you go to state and you win, you get to go to regionals, and then you get to go to nationals. I ended up going to nationals in Florida, Orlando, Florida. The awards were bronze, silver, and gold, and I ended up winning gold. That was one of the proudest moments of my life, and it taught me that I can do anything that I set my mind to, because I did not even think about doing this. This was not anywhere near my plan. It also describes who I am to this day, because sometimes I don't make plans. An opportunity like this comes up and I'm just like, wow, you know what? That looks tight. And I take it, and then it takes me to a whole nother path I never even thought of. And then I'm over here winning gold at nationals. So that taught me how to grasp an opportunity and to take it, and to have the confidence to see it through till the end. Another thing that happened that taught me a lot in my life, when I was a sophomore, there was some stuff that was going on at home that I didn't like. I actually ran away from home, and I went to my friend's house, who's also one of my best friends. Her name's Nayeli. I went to her house, and I actually lived with her for a while. I think it was like 6 months. She lived close to my high school, Desert Pines. I remember my mom would call and she would be like, come home, come home. And I'm just like, nah, babe, nah. That actually introduced me to independence, even though I wasn't fully independent, obviously, because I was staying with my friend's family and they fed me and stuff. It's not like I was homeless, and you know, I'm very grateful for them for doing that. But it was just like a crazy time in my life. It did teach me a little bit more into the independence. It taught me how to venture off, how to explore. It really explains a lot of my curiosity and exploring nowadays. Those were 5 things that you probably didn't know about me that has shaped my mind to how it is these days. So yeah, that's all this video is about, is just giving you guys some breadcrumbs to all the nosy people. But go ahead and comment below to something that you probably didn't think happened to me. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for being nosy and genuinely wanting to know more about me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching and for tuning in again. So don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to follow me on social media and all that good stuff. And that's all I gotta say. Have a great week.